the Honorable Minister of Education and Sports, and all the other ministers, the Chancellor of Makerere University, the academicians, the Chairperson of Council, and all the people in attendance here. I congratulate Makerere on restoring the administration building which had been burnt. I congratulate you. I was happy to show you where we used to have some historical debates, like the debate we had in 1969, in which I participated, and Professor Mazrui was there, and Dr. Rodney was there, even Kanyihamba. I remember Kanyihamba was also there. And we had our big arguments between the patriots, who were led by Dr. Rodney, and those who were pro other ideas, led by Professor Mazrui. I remember Professor Mazrui saying, I am not in conflict with Dr. Rodney. And then when Rodney came up, he said, we are not in conflict, we are not even in contact. Very historic debate. Because you cannot conflict with somebody who is talking about different things when you are talking about different things. So I congratulate the university. As Professor Nawang said, my main concern was the records of the university, of the students. But otherwise, Buzimbe. You just build a new one. That's no big problem. So we have built it now. Secondly, I want to congratulate you on having a new chancellor in the person of Dr. Crispus Kiyonga. Dr. Crispus Kiyonga is an outstanding cadre and leader of the NRM. He's a member of the Central Committee, and he has been very active in our efforts ever since 1980, when we were involved with UPM. So I congratulate him and I congratulate the university. Now, universities, including Makerere, are centers of knowledge. The question is, what is knowledge? Knowledge is about what? Part of the problem of Africa has been the confusion on this idea. What is knowledge? The universe, there are different figures which I have seen. Some figures say the universe has been here for the last 30 billion years. Others say 15 billion. But the universe has been here for a very long time. the universe, the Earth, the planets, beyond the planets. However, the human beings have been here in our form, in our present form, have been here for 4.5 million years, according to some records. So that is when what you call Homo sapiens evolved. The wise man. The wise man. Now, much of the knowledge is around this man, this wise man. This wise man had 3 characteristics which other creatures did not have. He had a superior brain. He was bipedal. He could stand on 2 legs, when most animals walk on 4 or crawl on the ground. And he had a hand that could do work and shape tools. Now, within the NRM, we studied this evolution of man and society very seriously. And we call it political economy. Now, political economy is not political science, the sort of things I saw in the university when we were there. Political economy is the study of the laws that govern the evolution of society. Now, one of the stimulus for the evolution of society is the advance in science and technology. When science and technology advance, mostly advanced by this man, the Homo sapiens sapien. And what it means is that this man understands the laws of nature, which are there, but people didn't know. Gravity was not created by man. It was there. Gravity is a force of nature. But people didn't know that there was a force called gravity until somebody pointed it out. All the natural laws are there. Now, by understanding them and using them to solve society problems, then science and technology have moved forward. It is therefore very, very crucial for all academicians to understand this. 1.5 up to the human beings were tree dwellers. They were staying in the trees because that's where it was safe to be. But 1.5 million years ago, man invented fire. The invention of fire caused huge changes in society. Society changed from living in the trees to living in the caves, because they now had fire, which enabled them to go into the dark caves, chase the wild animals, the snakes there, and stay there. And it was safer there. It was safer and more comfortable in the cave than in the trees. And you can go step by step. The invention of agriculture. Society was hunter-gatherer. Society were hunting and gathering. That's how they were getting food. Until they learned the science of domesticating crops, picking some seeds and planting them. Or, like my tribe, who long ago learned how to domesticate wild animals and make them cows. This was a big progress in society. So it's very important for, in our teaching, for this information to be very clear. It is on our, yesterday I was talking to some lawyers, some Chief Justice in Munyonyo. If you trace, I think the first time Egypt was colonized was some years AD something, when a group called the Hittites invented iron tools before the Egyptians invented them. Because the Egyptians were still using brass and maybe some bronze or something like that. But the iron tools were stronger than the other metals. So, therefore here, in the case of the universities of Africa, including Makerere, I know you have been doing very well in the area of natural sciences, medicine, and some other sciences, the agriculture started long ago, veterinary, later on engineering was added. When we came into government, I insisted on creating the food science technology. I added it myself, I insisted. How can you say you are studying science and you don't study science about food? And you are studying cockroaches and I don't know what. So I insisted. And I also insisted on the faculty. I don't know what it is doing now. The faculty of quantitative economics. Echivaro, ability to do project analysis. Because when we had just come into government, I inquired, because I knew the importance of that discipline, project evaluation and so on. Where are people trained in project evaluation, profitability analysis? So there's only the University of, in the UK, what were they calling? There was a university there where they were going. I've forgotten the name. But why don't you start your own faculty? I hope you start. It was started, I don't know how it is doing well or how it is doing now. Because I still see people going to import people to do project analysis, feasibility study, what have you. I've forgotten that university where they were. So, on the side of natural sciences, these universities, like the ones in Africa, have been doing some work. But I want you to audit. How are you doing it? Can you not improve the teaching of science? Science, which means understanding the laws of nature and using them to solve problems.